Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this properly. Reset. And there's no D. No, I might make a C. I don't know. Usually I know what I hate the most or despise the niggas who be like S plus SA. I'm like, shut up, you're the stupidest nigga I know. I don't care who you are. You could be a Barack Obama fused with Martin Luther King. You're stupid. The fact that I see niggas be put in like A plus tier, fat boo, I think they should burn in every kind of hell. Like every. What about B minus? That's like, that's maybe. How about we leave it like this for now? All right, you guys can see. And how about we put one of the first characters we know is Cell. And honestly, the only reason I think Cell is even like, I think if they take away perfect attack, I still think, oh no, I know what to do. How about we make a S plus? Right? How about we make a S plus and then remove it up here, and then we have a B here. Right? That looks better. I think ow, I just hit my eyeball. I think that'd be better. And honestly, I will put Cell and S plus tier with maybe like 5 or 6 other characters because they just have everything, right? But if Cell legit gets his perfect attack removed, he still will be an S tier character, like just like that. It's simple. So we're gonna do the worst first, because I know the worst first. We're gonna put Piccolo. I'm gonna explain why too, because I have to see them. I have to see my bottom 5 and then put them down there. Where is he? Where is the corporate? There you go. There he is. This bum ass nigga. Another bum ass nigga. His assist is surprisingly really good. His lariat assist is, because it's technically a projectile, but it's like also a lariat assist because it comes out really fast. What do you want? So yeah, you're right. Now he's supposed to be S plus tier. I don't know. A lot of people has been showing me that Kid Buu just needs a few more twerks to make him just not as bad as I thought he is. Like, he's not bad, but his damage has significantly improved, and his combo route has been, people been doing it more consistently. Now, who else I think is down here? UI. I'm not gonna look at my old tier list either. Well, as of now, I think it's something like this. Like, I feel like UI is still a great character. Still has 1, 2, 3 reversals. Wait, 1, 2. Well, he has 4 moves that makes him invincible. An anti-air that's not good. His assists are pretty good. His beam assist and his anti-air assist is really good. And the fact that his buttons, like if his 5L, one of the best buttons in the game, was a 6-framer, it would make this character so much more scarier after post vanish and more like shenanigans. But the main problem with UI is that a lot of his damage stops really early. Like he can't continue combos, or his like a simple JL, the JH part will whiff if the combo is past like 3k damage at most part, or there's too much hit stun. You can't say that for a lot of other characters. So many other characters just keep going even if like you pass the 5k mark for my light starter. Sometimes it's ridiculous. This character just has really bad damage and conversion rate, which also takes a lot of his meter, which he needs his meter to do reversals, but his reversal doesn't do as much damage as, let's say, one of the best reversals in the game, like perfect attack. And it doesn't put you into a 50-50 scenario. This does. So everything that basically UI could do, Cell could do better buttons, better conversions, and just has way better damage. Base Goku, I put him the second highest to the bottom because not like he has great zoning, great tools, great assists. His A assist is amazing. Now if Arc System for some odd reason gives him, he able to charge Spirit Bomb and then he shoot it out whenever you want to, this nigga shoots up like that. That nigga shoots up beyond the stars. Not really, but if you, he will have one of the best assists in the game for free. An assist that goes through all the other assists, that tracks and has infinite hit stun and block stun. It'd be like plus 30, it'd be like plus 40, plus 50 maybe. But the main problem with Base Goku, right? The main problem with this character, and I won't be going in depth with all these characters either, but with Base Goku, his consistency is overly not there. Like, it's no consistency about his combos, his routes, his neutral, his hit stun, his block stun. If you hit your opponent, and even if you do the most safest combo, there's a 50% chance of his combo dropping on your opponent. His 2-touch becomes a 5-touch, not because of his damage being bad. He has one of the best damage in the game, honestly. Is that it just, they kept reworking his buttons and did not test them out. His distance and spacing just sometimes misses and is so bad. Like, really bad. And like the fact that Nappa EX Cyberman is probably one of the best just everything move, reset, neutral, combo, and it's 39 frames, while Base Goku Spirit Bomb is like 44 frames. He's super negative and he needs to charge fully or it doesn't work. And another really bad thing about this stupid character, which I could go on for days, but unlike 17, if 17 doesn't throw out his blitz fully, he keeps his charges. Base Goku could attempt frame 1 his Spirit Bomb throw and he loses it immediately, which is very stupid. But yeah, that's my hatred on this character. I could rant about this character all day. Piccolo, he's the only character in the game that legit has to respect a Bardock zoning. The fact that he can't get in, like he legit can't get in on an S Broly or Z Broly without taking a 50-50 gamble, because if he tries to jump in, he just gets anti-air. If he tries to move forward, he gets outmashed or out button, and he gets controlled really easily with Ki Blast, since he has no Ki Blast at all. He has no Ki Blast or projectiles at all. Very bad. Like, if they make his orb just Nappa strength of his Ki Blast, where it takes like 1 or 2 Ki Blasts before it goes away, I think this character could just be fine. Not really, but it will make his assist more annoying and the character wouldn't be such in a bad work. Fat Boo B is literally one of the other characters I just named. Fat Boo is literally has no good buttons besides his JH and J2H, which is whatever. His zoning is very okay, right? His Ki Blast is actually really decent and fast recovery. But besides that, his damage and reset is very bad. Nappa could legit 5-8 you and Todd you without going into a reset. This character could 2M you and still needs to go to a reset and still feel useful. The only good thing Fat Boo has in this meta that might be annoying, which every other character could do better, is his assist. His assist is actually pretty good. But so is Yamcha, S Broly B assist, Beerus A assist, 17, Goten's B assist. There's so many other assists that probably could do what his job do, but better. Nappa is not just a better Fat Boo. Nappa is Fat Boo mixed with like Gogeta buttons. Like, Nappa buttons is ridiculous. Nappa got top 3 best JL in the game. Nappa 5H is just a lariat installed into this character that's -5. Nappa has 5 lows, well 4 lows, which one of the best 2Ls in the game too. So not only he has one of the best staggers and reaching 2Ls, this nigga has 4Ls, one of the fastest overheads, which I think is either faster or better than Trunks, which is 0 on block, by the way. So not only his overhead is 0 on block, he can make the overhead plus, and the fact that this character has evil the explosion that's full screen almost, and we haven't even got to the Cyberman. So yeah, like, no, Fat Boo just doesn't have no, like, these characters has major problems, or there's no real reason to picking them at all, unless you just really like them. UI is the closest of a reason picking them. Everyone else is either a gimmick or a one-trick pony, like in Smash Brothers Melee. Like, these niggas are Bowsers. You just mash up B and pray to God your opponents don't know the matchup. That's what these characters are. Anyway, we're gonna go back to S+ tier. 18 is still one of the most silliest characters in this game. She has double barrier. You could never get into her. She has a move that stops calling, that makes your opponents unable to call an assist, and it's a 50-50 tool, and it's easily happy birthday someone who forgets, or it catches wall attacks, it catches guard cancel. She literally has a move that stops 50% of the mechanics of the game of defensive tool. She also has really good buttons, a free 50-50 tool from a DHC. 18 is the only character left in the game besides Goku Black. Who has a 50-50 from DHC. There's no other character in this game who has a side switch 50-50 left, besides you want to use like extra meter, right? So if you want level 3 with Vegito, you have to spin meter. But Goku Black and 18 is the only two characters I could recall who could 50-50 for free. Her whole game plans is that the fact that 18 doesn't need to zone you out, the fact that she could get in and be as scary because there's 17 calls. You make one mistake and you hit 17 or the barrier, you're negative 1,000 and you just die. And she got loops. She got one of the strongest projectile beam in the game. She has a strong 2H, not because it's big, but she could always convert into a ground conversion. No matter what, she could get optimal conversion from any 2H in the game because of 17. She's just ridiculous, and she has one of the best projectile assists in the game too. Not only she has one of the best projectile, she also has one of the best projectile assists. So yeah, she's ridiculous. Who another thing is a S+ tier character? I'm hesitant to put Jiren up there, but Gotenks is another S+ tier character, and Gohan, which we all know why. This character is already S tier at level 0 or level 1, but then you level this character up to level even 3 or 5, and then this character becomes one of the most ridiculous characters in the game. He adds layer to layer to layer. Not only this character becomes annoying at level 1, he has his JS, which makes his JS and 2S that covers almost every, like 80% of the things in the game. Having his 2S JS makes him instantly just a RPS machine, an RPS machine that's in his favor, where he could call in JS, perfect attack, dead. You take 50% of your health, he gets 2 or 3 bars, and then now you have to deal with a level 5 Gohan because you just got hit by 1 ki blast. Level 7, honestly, level 7 isn't a threat. The main threat is level 5 and level 3, right? Level 7 isn't that much of a big deal at higher level plays, because like they're not going to just DP and they rift and die for that. No, they're not. You know, if you watch Nitro fight any like good tournament player or anyone else who respects your opponent, level 7 is not that big of a deal. Like, level 7 is annoying because you get hit by a beam and then you die, sure, or you get hit by an overhead, instant overhead into a conversion. But the DP part or the neutral part it becomes a problem at level 5, because he can still convert from level 5, level 3 from a DP, which is dumb. He should not be able to do that at all. Gotenks having the ability to convert from any hit and build 3 bars, and the fact that he could still end his combo with another special into a special into a special into a Z change into a DR. well, it just breaks the game at that point, and it makes his consistency from a point character to a mid character always reliable. But the only thing that's like, I would say that he's like the most besides being one of the most annoying point like characters to have 1 point, is that his assist is just not as strong as many other broken assists in the game, right? Usually people just use a beam assist or his B assist. So he has a Larry assist that could be anti-air, or a beam assist that could just be, you know, somewhat as counterable, unlike Cell C assist. So special into slide and knockdown to Gozoki is not hype. Exactly. Now I would put Ginyu S plus tier because his B assist is honestly broken. If you know how to use it, like double L is ridiculous. And besides his B assist not only builds a meter just for activating the assist, it controls the entire screen. And not only it controls the entire screen, it also goes into 50-50s by himself. Like legit, his assist gives every character 50-50s, control the screen, and builds a meter for no apparent reason. If you do his assist 3 times, you got 2 bars in neutral, while also pressuring your opponent, right? Now, if you do Gogeta A assist 3 times, you get like 1.5 bars and nothing happens on the screen. Literally, if you've seen this, and this is before how I feel about this character, but this character, like his routes is ridiculous. Wait. This is 0 bars, by the way. And look at his meter build. He doesn't need an assist. Like, this character isn't a built-in assist. Look at that. And now he just died with 1 assist call. Like, he got one of the best conversions. He has one of the best control in neutral once he starts going. And the stuff that he could do is ridiculous. Like, in just general, as an assist, as a back line and a front line. And he has one of the best Oki in the game that you just can't do nothing about. So when you know this character fully potential and you get someone who could do this consistently, this character becomes a huge problem. Like, even his normal BMB. And he could delay his Ginyu calls too. Like, it's ridiculous. Like the only con that this character has is that you could glitch out his Ginyu Force member and he becomes like a B tier character. But no, this character is broken. This character is stupidly broken. And these combos ain't that hard. You just have to learn how to do them. Look at this. Ridiculous. That was 2 bars. I mean, that was freaking 0 bars into a Yamcha. And look, this is solo. This is really cool. I know this wasn't the point of a Ginyu, but like, I have to show you guys how stupid Ginyu could be with his new routes. A lot of people don't even know about his new routes. Look at that. Just look at that, bro. Anyway, like I was saying, I know how ignorant this character is, and that's only like half the battle. This character just does too much off and in the screen. And like, if you have, once he starts calling 1 assist, your opponent literally have to play RPS game, and he could convert from anything, and he could vanish from any conversion if he really wants to. And then once your opponent's in a slide and knockdown, it's over for that character. Who else do I think? I think, yeah, Jiren S plus tier. This character, like, he's only S plus tier. Hey, thank you so much for MC.
I miss your Ginyu.
Yeah, I do too, but this character is just way too much for me to handle. As you can see, I went to easy characters. But who knows? Maybe I do Ginyu with Blue Vegeta one of these days. But S Broly is definitely what I'm feeling right now. Maybe if I learn those new Ginyu combos, I definitely think about something. The reason I just think Jiren is bugged, in my opinion. I think his counter doesn't work properly. A lot of people can't counter it as well as you're supposed to, like as in 2H terms. And the fact that like all his buttons just outbeats everything makes no sense with this character. He has an anti-air, He has a frame 7 like projectile that doesn't count as a projectile. He has RPS counters that's safe, and if you have a fast assist, you just lose your turn constantly. He could overextend his combos. After he passes 5k mark, he just keeps on going and going if you have the right assist for it. It's very dumb. Very dumb. I would like to put Team Gohan S plus tier, but I think I already know who I'm going to put S tier. I would love to put base Vegeta also S plus tier, but he's heavily assist reliant. But he's S tier. Master Roshi is almost S plus tier. He does break the game. He's either very high S tier or S plus tier, but I think that would be my last character to be S plus tier. 17 used to be my S plus tier character from what I've seen, but he does have some major flaws or counterplay. Once he's in the ass, he's in the ass, but he kind of still needs like an assist, or his RPS isn't as scary as you think it is. You just have to know some of his counterplays. Yeah, I'm gonna just put Master Roshi high S tier. Master Roshi literally has 2 of the scariest buttons, where his 22H literally tots. Wait, is it in here? Let me see. Is there a Master Roshi combo in here? It has to be, right? C17. I've seen S Broly. See Vegeta. Like, it's ridiculous on what Master Roshi could do. Actually, no, I could go on Twitter real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. This is the combo I did with Master Roshi, and if I could do it, you can imagine how easy it is to do it. Where is it? It's... Damn, I actually upload things. Huh. Right here. Is this it? No, that's not it. Damn, how far is it? No, it can't be that far. That was 40 thing. This, first of all, this was mad lit. I was running from Roshi. Dead. No, where is it though? Is this it? No, that's not it. Bro, where is it? Oh, there you go. Bro, this is... I had half a bar from an EX. Now look at his health. Look at his health. From a 2H in the corner. He doesn't need to be in a corner. Just pay attention. This is from a 2-2H. And remember, 2-2H is frame 1 anti-air and a frame 1 low crusher. And look at this. He's dead. And you could do this with many other characters too. I started this combo with 1 bar. I used the EX bar and still managed to have a half a bar left. Just remember that. My man 2-2H and died. Dead. Just keep that in mind. I'm gonna be referring to that as much as I can. Blue Vegeta is not... No. He's barely S tier, honestly. If it wasn't for his damage... What does this... Why would you say Blue Vegeta's S plus tier? He doesn't have a strong assist. His buttons are still bad. His neutral is still bad. Okay, not as great as other characters. So why would you put a character with those bad things is bad? He's trolling? You know how big brain you have to be to get that off red? Wait, big brain of what? Big brain off of what read? And what am I trolling of? Cause this, like, you gotta talk to me. You just can't say these words in incomplete sentences without having a full thing. 2-2H? 2-2H is not a read. What? I could literally show you 40 thing in major tournaments, catching everybody with 2-2H. 2-2H is a frame 1 anti-air. You just go for it. It's like lab coat. If you see your opponents in the air, if you see your opponents in the air, they're coming for you. You have no reason not to spin. You're a plus. Master Roshi 2-2H is the best, top 3 best move in the game. I can literally go on a random YouTube video with 40 thing and catch him catching someone doing this, especially Bone's birthday bash. My man said, oh no, what was this? Oh no, oh, look at that, look at that, bro. He died just from, and the 2-2-H didn't even hit him. Oh no, he didn't die from this one. But look at that, that move is so busted. My man completely riff. My man didn't even get the proper hit. If he would have got the proper hit, he would have died. This character, not only 2-2-H is a very scary move. He has a real reversal. And he did a bad combo. My man was top. And then he has a 50-50 same side, which he has an anti-reflect like this. You could just land or instant IED and get a JL, which is safe. I would have killed, yo, go back to school, Muffin. But yeah, this character is ridiculous. And he's one of those few characters. His leap and his reverse Kamehameha is also really busted too. Yeah, let's go back what I was saying. Yeah, Master Roshi, broken. He has 2 good assists. This character has literally everything. I just can't put him in the S+ tier because his buttons are bad. You really have to take your time learning his buttons. Even Ginyu has a really good button. All these characters has good buttons, good assists, good everything. Besides like Goten's, but this character builds 3 bars for looking at you for too long. Can you explain someone unblockable? He just in there and teleport across the screen. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Cat Daddy? Cat Daddy? Let's see. Let me put Lab Coat up there. We all know why Lab Coat is still great. She besides the meter penalty, she got extra damage. She could mid-screen combo carry from her anti-air. She could do a lot. Her assist is still good. Her C assist, her spin is still great, but people just use her beam, which is pretty great too. 6H, yeah, it's just a mid-screen thing. It's not good, honestly. You rarely see competitive Roshi players uses that move. Alright, good night, Muffin. Be safe, use protection. Definitely got to put 17S up there. His assist is really one of the strongest assists in the game, but at the same time, you don't need to, like, playing around with it is not as hard unless your opponents actually master it. So I believe his assist is still a high skill curve. It's like a high level curve learning, but it's still like an assist that if your opponent's not used to it, you will get hit. But it's just, I could say the same thing for like a DP assist, which is not common in this game. So people just not used to actually thinking for once. So having a barrier that could protect you frame 4 is really nice at the same time. Now this is where it actually starts getting hard. I'm gonna put Teen Gohan up here. Teen Gohan, we all see what Teen Gohan could do from Shiro and Legendary Pred. It definitely look how much work Kali Mac been putting him in. Not only his C assist, because Kali Mac used C assist, but his A assist and B assist is really strong. And he's one of those few characters, not only top tier, but has a DP assist. So you literally have to change what you're doing, and it's really strong. And having a really good button like his 2M, his JL, and the fact that he builds 3 bars and just have straight conversions and a great Z change conversion is ridiculous. He could build 3 bars, still do medium late, and then still Z change into a DR, which is crazy. So yeah, and his neutral is actually pretty good. You could let him JS or J2S, or you go super dash him into EX legs, and now you have to eat a 50-50, or just straight up die because you got hit. Yeah, we all know the fact that Krillin has his Ki Blast, which recovers damn near instantly, his beam that goes into 5-6K conversions, and he has a frame 4 reversal, which is unfreaking reactable, by the way. Like, you can't punish it. If he does the fake teleport reversal, which I just found out recently, it's safe. Like, you just cannot punish it. He recovers frame 0, frame 1, which is ridiculous. And then if he does, for some odd reason, go for the overhead, right, he is plus, he's still basically safe, and it's just so hard to react to that. You can't 2H it unless you have like a frame 1 reactable like Cell. Like only Cell and maybe Lab Coat could maybe deal with that. Even then, Krillin could still like RPS that. Baby definitely goes up there. Besides having one of the worst assists in the game, like just straight up worst assists in the game. Well, we all know his neutral and his neutral and his damage just makes no damn sense. It's like almost like S-Brawly, but more easier to do because his buttons are a bit better. But like if you hit someone 5H in a corner, they're taking 6+ K, you're building 3 bars, and you're saying bye-bye to that character. There's like this character damage rate is so consistent. It puts like someone like Team Gohan or even Cell out the waters, or even someone like Jiren, because Jiren needs an assist to continue his big combos. But for Baby, he could just do everything by himself. And the best part about this character is that having his unique Ki Blast and dead assist calls, if your opponents have one assist, one of your opponent's characters dead, this character becomes really, really annoying. Especially if you have like Cell assist, Lab Coat assist, 17 assist, you know, meta characters assist, Ginyu or Adult, even Adult Gohan assist is very scary for Baby. My man said Videl. Alright, now we can finally put a Nappa. Nappa having really a assist. Nappa assist is really strong, but the fact that it visual mixes you because you can't see a damn thing, and being plus 30 is really strong. At least with beam assist that's being plus 30, you can still kind of see if they IED or not. With Nappa, it's really hard. And like we said earlier, Nappa has one of the best JLs. He has 4 lows, an overhead that's plus, an overhead that's almost instantly to like what 24 frames now I think, and it's a 0 on block. So he has a 6M but better. This character has a built-in 6M but better basically, and he could self combo it too. If he overheads you, he could level 1 and combo into you, which is ridiculous. Like it just makes no damn sense. And then that's not even talking about his Cyberman, which we all know what happened when he placed his Cyberman down. Once you place his Cyberman down, this character becomes like just a free puppet. It's like a puppet character, and you don't actually need to control the puppet. He's just there, and you can't hit the puppet. He's just breathing, throwing hitbox, and you get hit by one of the moves, it's over for you. You just get a full combo for 40 seconds, and then you get into another mix. That's what this character is. Oh man, there's so many characters left. What did I do? Well, Nappa still has a drawback. Being a solo character is still really rough for him, and his assist is great, but it still has counterplay to it. But having someone like 17, he still builds 3 meters for himself. He still does 50-50 by himself. He still got better air-to-air and neutral and zoning. This character could zone just straight out 17. Nappa has to take more risk and more inconsistency to do something. 17 could just solo mix, which is still really scarier than something like that. Honestly, if it wasn't for like if Nappa reversal was actually better, which is one of the worst reversals in the game, but there's just so many things that other character has that some characters don't. This character still not heavily rely on assist like he used to, but he works better with an assist, and he's a meter guzzler especially too, because you want to confirm vanish combos and stuff like that. His air-to-air is just not as good. His JL is amazing, but not his air-to-air combos. Anyway, damn, I really don't know. I know you gotta put 21 up there. I want to, like, Kefla's definitely up there too now. Base Vegeta, I would probably put base Vegeta. This character is ridiculous in every kind of way and zoning. My man has a full screen Ki Blast that gels or frame traps from his lariat, and the fact that his lariat is now safe on block, makes this character so annoying to deal with. And then if you have an assist plus a 18 or 21 assist, that character, like this character, pressure and consistency becomes ridiculous. Like the fact that one of the main draws he had back then was his lariat being minus, and now the fact that he doesn't have that no more makes him like his pressure is just ridiculous. He has his 2S, which covers full screen. If your opponent super dash him, he just gets 2H into loops, into 3 bars, 5.5k damage, and you just die. And him doing his command grab into his level 3 is like one of the best 50-50s in the game. Like this, if he catches you mid screen with it, he has a legit 4-way mix like GT Goku Spirit Bomb did back then, and it's all safe too. Like it's ridiculous. And having one of the best assists in the game too. It's like an anti-assist, and if you somehow try to trade with base Vegeta assist, like you hit him as assist comes out, you have a chance of getting a hit and still getting a hit confirmed, which is ridiculous. Damn, there's so many good characters, man. But I am trying to make this as organized as possible. I would say 21 is up here. I would say 21 is very consistent, besides having one of the best assists in the game. Her buttons could actually challenge someone like Jiren from speed and range. And the fact that her Ki Blast is still, her 2S and her 5S is still one of the strongest Ki Blasts in the game that could even out zone Baby. It's just that her damage to ratio, you have to learn her skills, and her damage is just, you have to get a couple of 5Ms in to get a kill. Like doing 2 light touches, you're gonna erase all your meter, guaranteed. So you have to really space yourself and try to steal your turns with mediums. Like she's definitely footsie heavy. While Jiren, Jiren could do the same thing, but hit harder because of his 2L starter, which is 7 frames for some dumb reason. But his extension of his combos is way easier to do compared to 21. But 21 does have a great air-to-air conversion and self-solo combos compared to like Jiren, if it's like high up in the air. What's up, Shiro? And having one of the best assists in the game, that's projectile. Even if you trade, if I hit you and you hit me and my assist is already coming out, I could recover in time and still hit you, which makes her assist really good. Or unlike beam assist, right? Unlike beam assist, if I hit the point character, the beam assist disappears while her assist still travels and still hits you, which makes it very scary just to trade or to throw out certain things. Her 2H is really strong. Her level 3 being nerfed really hurted her, but she still has great footsies and her stills are really good now. Wow. I definitely gonna put a lot of these characters just normal A tiers. I will explain there, but it's either, yeah, I'll definitely put Blue Vegeta here finally, compared to what I see from everyone else. Besides Blue Vegeta just hitting really hard, his assist is just if you're gonna use his projectile assist, it's frame 50. Right, or frame 45. It's strong if you know how to use it. I prefer it over his Lariat assist, but if you choose his Lariat assist, it's just a normal traditional Lariat assist. There's nothing special from his assist. His buttons are just like Super Saiyan Vegeta buttons, so they're not that great. And his Lariat being full screen is really good, and he could solo convert without using a smash. But one thing that people always complain or hate about this character is his reversal. When there's a lot of way worse reversals in this game, you know. His reversal is very counterable. You have like 101 ways to option select it, and it's not that great, honestly. Like his reversal is very, very easy to counter, and almost 90% of the cast could counter it really easily, even with a fast assist, unless you have 17 Vox or Bear's assist. His EX assist into a Lariat assist, you have to time it consistently, or it has to space really well. Like you have to know what you're doing, and something that a noob or a person who just using him won't do consistently. But besides that, yeah, he hits really hard. and he has unique, you know, he could control the screen, but you can't overly do it too, because you big bang attack once, you're negative 50 and you could just die from that. His neutral isn't as good either, and it's very committable, especially if you use big bang attack full screen. You die. You could get super dash full screen, you could get level 1, level 3. It's not great. It's not. And that's like all I gotta say about Blue Vegeta. He's not that crazy as people think he is. He just hits hard, but Cell hits hard, Jiren hits hard, Shin Gohan hits hard, Baby hits hard. All these characters hits hard from the medium starter, so Blue Vegeta's not even special from that, right? It's not special. Every character I just named could probably zero Todd or one bar Todd. Krillin could do it easily in his sleep. So what makes Blue Vegeta special? He does it a bit more easier, and his 50-50 is already nice compared to some of these characters. Damn. I would like to put one of the, I still believe Gogeta Blue is still like S tier. His buttons, his assists, everything about this character is still great. It's just his meter nerf is still really hurtful. I also think GT Goku's up there too, even though you don't really get to see him. Kefla too. I think honestly, if I would put like 3 more characters, it would be Kefla, Gogeta, and GT Goku. Probably even Blue Goku too. But the reason Kefla is like 21, even though she has a frame 9.5M that hits multiple times. But Cooler is not underrated. That character is strong. It definitely has great conversions. But you really need to learn fussies, and you need to learn high mechanical thing. You need to learn the game more than you need to learn the character. If you don't know how to play Dragon Ball and float and do a lot of other things, that character isn't good. This character is heavily reliant on mechanics, which I don't think most people know how to, you know, know how to play high level Dragon Ball on that level. It's very rare. I mean, look at that person Cali Mac Perfect twice on, and he was using Cooler, you know. Like, if you don't know your matchup and the characters you play and the game itself, sparking early and knowing when to spark and just fussies is hard on Cooler. Anyway, Kefla, besides having great buttons and her neutral, the one main thing she has unique, technically 2 things, is her teleport, which is frame 4, and her lariat, which goes through projectiles, and that's also hit a low. Right now, if you're like, oh, but she has more kits and tools than 21. Yes, and even though her 5M is a bit faster than 21 fussies really could outdo, like, it could really be a dangerous play. And the way she has some safer buttons like her 5H or just her 2S that could still return consistently is way better than 21's. And you'd be like, oh, but she got EX orb that could still return. It's very reactable. You reflect it and you could 5M this bitch, right? And they probably won't be even ready for it. Or they try to EX orb into a teleport and then you jab her and then you kill her in a corner. 21 also has a plus EX move, which is plus 20, plus 15 with all steals. And it only works in a corner now, but you're not doing her EX or mid-screen because it won't work effectively either, right? The main thing that she got going for her is probably her 236S spin, right? That's her main thing, and you don't even use it for counter projectiles, which is really good, right? It's strong, but the main thing that she has that 21 doesn't have is that she could Z change into DR, which is strong in this meta, right? Blue Vegeta could do it, Cell could do it, Gotenks could do it, Jiren could do it, Roshi could. A lot of characters that's top tier that could do that. Having the ability to Z change into a DR is very, very strong. Baby could do it. Like, most of these characters could do it, you know. And that's basically my same reason for Gogeta. Besides having great buttons, his 2M, his 5M, his 5L, his JM, Gogeta is top 3 of having not the best JL in the game, but also having top 2 best JM in the game. The fact that Gogeta JM just does so much, have so much reach, so much hit stun, so much block stun, so much fear, built-in anti-reflect, It's ridiculous what his buttons could do, even to this day meta, even compared to someone like Cell and Jaren. But having the ability to have his DP to combo into a full DP, right, full combo DP very easily, which is very scary. Having a light DP which he could just call in an assist. So what makes his light DP compared to difference from Team Gohan and Cooler light DP, right, is that he's high in the air. He goes really high in the air compared to like Cooler, while Cooler is still defenseless, and same thing with Team Gohan. The fact that he has a frame 1 anti-air, and then you could instantly call in a fast assist, protect his frame 1 anti-air, or if you get hit by his anti-air, you just straight up die. You take like 6k of damage. And not only you taking 6k of damage, he's gonna DP spin you, DP spin again, into Z change, into DR, into base Vegeta, command grab, level 1 max damage, die. Or S ball. You have a lot of, like, he has a lot of combo routes and extensions into that, just adds so much consistently. Honestly, that he built the fusion team. If it wasn't his high damage and consistent of Z change into other Z change bullcrap, like Vegeta could also Z change into DR, they wouldn't be as good as you think they would be, in my opinion. Like that was like just a cherry on top that made them like overboard consistent. Like it just made them more consistent than they should have been. And with GT Goku surprisingly got good damage down, and his reverse Kamehameha is probably one of the highest RPS in this game. Is a lariat invincibility plus that goes into a beam that could also go into the full, that goes into the super dash, that could be into a 50-50, or it could just be used straight up as a combo starter, combo ender, keep him safe and neutral. He could like, oh, I don't want to commit, he could just reverse Kamehameha and run away and be safe. Or if you try to chase him, he just unreverse Kamehameha, or level 3s you, or beams you. Like the RPS this character has now is ridiculous. And having a beam into a true super dash, into a 50-50, a lot of people don't even know about that. Trust me, if you watch, because Inzum was testing this character out. This character has a beam that's an anti-air that you could convert full screen, or you could use it up close, which is true, by the way, into a super dash. You just call in a 17 assist or a DP assist, and now you just have to eat a 50-50. That's so fun. That's the game I want to play constantly. But yeah, that's basically how it is with this character. They buffing his auto attack, also help his anti-block strings and just stuff he could do now. Also, we cannot forget his fast lariat and his Rasengan that goes into another 50-50, but that's another story. Oh man, and now all this shenanigans. I honestly might not organize this, because I definitely want to do some other things tonight. But I confidently could say, Beerus is definitely not up there. Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, definitely Vegito, definitely Cooler. I'm gonna just look at the characters and see if I could change them around. Goku Black. I wish like Beerus was so S tier to me back then, but Beerus could get his RPS. He gets counterplayed by everyone now. It's just like his orbs is not as scary as it used to be. His 2M doesn't skip neutral as people think it does. His 5H, it may be annoying, but it doesn't do nothing. His assist, Krillin assist is better. Like, it's nothing really going for Beerus as he used to before, like they did the last 2 patches. Vidal's also up here. Frieza's also up here. Yeah, I think this is definitely my high A tier. I think Cooler is definitely higher. Vegito is so strong, man. I mean, honestly, I think Vegito is only really so strong because of his 5M. But like his damage air to air still isn't that great no more. His air assist really did gut it. Like, it's still as strong as his. I used to still think it's like top 10, top 15, but now I think it's under that now. Like from watching matches, like I tried this character out for like 3 days, and the way you have to be consistent, it's still great. Like you could just watch Hikari, but it's more of a defensive assist than a starter assist now compared to 18 Rox. Like Rox is everything. This character you could just use it full screen, up screen, mid screen. They could reflect by mistake. It's still strong compared to like Vegito A assist. You could still use it to like maybe catch them slipping, but if you get a hit confirmed, you're not comboing that. No, yeah, I know. I'll put Vegito at the bottom of this A tier, and then I put everyone else after Vegito. But I believe Blue Vegeta and I said Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku being really strong. I can't really say what makes them not really be strong, able to be S tier level. But one of the tools I know with this character is that his 50-50 or mixed game isn't strong, right? If you see 236S or 214S, it could be 2H. If you see EX Lariat or EX Command Grab, they both could be jump backed, right? So his main open tool could be stopped by just pressing up back, which is the same main problem Hit has, but Blue Goku does it a lot better. And he does have a scary mix where his auto combo is a low, could be a high, has a strong 2M. His 5M going through frame 4 key blast for people who don't know. So if you fighting a baby or fighting a 21 or yeah, Cyberman S plus tier, or fighting base Vegeta and you trying to IED key blast Blue Vegeta, be careful because this nigga can 5M you just like that. Yeah, his EX, his foot dive just period being strong. His EX foot dive being not as strong as many other dive kicks because of the angle, but it is really fast and it goes into a built-in 50-50, right? His lariat being full screen almost. His light lariat is one of the fastest lariats in the game. Goes through key blast and can convert very easily. And he has loops, right? Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku has loops, could carry the loops if you watch Shiro. And is medium starter too. Yeah, exactly. Shiro's medium starter. He hits hard. His pressure is hard. His neutral is on the weaker side. His assist is actually pretty strong. His A assist is actually pretty strong. His only downside of his A assist is it could be 2Hable, but it's RPS 2H, unlike like baby B assist, where you have all the time in the world to 2H. 2H and Blue Goku's, it could be very, very a liability, especially if your opponents is like key blast you or something like that. You know, they be ready for you. His level 1 is on the weaker side, right? So his level 1 being weak also, you know, it kind of sucks, and you have to learn a lot of different routes to get into his loop. So he is on a harder learning curve. But besides that, this character is really great. Oops. Super Saiyan Goku is almost on the same spectrum, but instead of being a mix heavy character, right, on Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Goku has two things that Blue Goku don't have: anti-air, which is not consistent, and better staggers, right? His staggers is a little bit more scarier than Blue Goku because he has a reversal plus overhead, and he has a -1 key blast, right? So having a -+1 key blast and a plus overhead, a +2 or +3 overhead, is very scary to keep your turn consistently. And having the ability to have a beam that could convert from full screen into a corner carry and have a better air-to-air conversion. So like if Blue Goku beams you 3 feet in the air, he could still corner carry you, still do 236M, and then still convert into a full 5k combo. Unlike Blue Goku, he needs an assist to convert 5k combos in the air, or most hits. While Super Saiyan Goku, he's not assist reliant at all. Like, he doesn't need it for his mix-ups compared to Blue Goku, and his neutral feels way more safer and control, unlike, you know, unlike most characters in the game, honestly. But his beam in the air is one of the worst beams as recovery. And if his anti-air, which actually was like lab coat, where it vacuuming them in, like trying to consistently do his anti-air from super dash or random hits, they have a higher chance of dropping. If it wasn't that the case, he would have been high S tier. Like straight up, he would have been up here with Krillin and Baby for free. But because of that huge minority, right? Because the point of that move is to be an anti-air now, and it's not consistent, it really hurts him. But he would have been broken if it was not the case. Now, Goku Black, I just think people just can't use him. I think people don't understand how strong his 5S plus 20 keyframe is. Your plus 20 on his keyframe, even if you reflect it, he gets even. You become even more plus in certain scenarios, and the fact that you have to, just like Cooler, you have to know each matchup. You need to know when to 5S, how to heavily 2H, when to counter with certain things, how to EX teleport, high and lows and stuff like that. His kit is simple, but you need to know each of his kit for each of these characters, and I think that's why this character doesn't get as competitively play, because people need to know the game than the character more. Because you could just easily pick up Cell and you know what to do with Cell. You either perfect attack here or don't, and then you just have fun. You just go with the flow. With Goku Black, you just have to know when. You have to know, okay, my opponent's either going to reflect more, is my opponent's going to respect me more, guard cancel here. It's just a way. You have to learn your opponent's body movement way faster than most other characters. But if you do, he's rewarding than most other characters. And same thing with Cooler. You need to know if your opponent understands your -1 on his 5H. Your opponents need to understand that if he key blasts here, it's a true block stun, so it's a true block string to his key blast. So are they going to empty reflect, right? Are they going to mash 2H, or understand that they can't 2H my EX foot dive from a 5H? But if I 5M into EX, are they going to try to mash a stupid move? Like, you have to understand that what is your opponent's going to just be understanding on what they could do or don't. So you have to play stupid, or you need to play actually like a different level of understanding of, okay, this person knows higher level, I need to play his game, type of thing. But honestly, Goku Black having one of the 50-50s as true is really strong, right? He's one of those characters that could level 3 and 50-50, and it'd be a legit 50-50 because it's side switch. And since it's side switch, your opponents just can't option select mash reflect or mash a reversal that same side like Jiren, right? Because Jiren, if you try to go for a high and low, he could just go EX counter, and now it beats high and low. Now you have to do a DR or just do nothing, and then he could just take a turn back, and you have more fear. With Goku Black, you have less fear against perfect attack, Jiren, Krillin, stuff like that. Solar Flare's frame 1, so Cooler, he has great buttons, and the main thing that sticks out with him is 3H, but you shouldn't be just throwing out his 3H, because you could just outspace it with someone with good high mechanical level, and he could just 5M you at that point. So you just have to be careful from that interactions, whatever. Videl, I think she's really so strong, but once you learn her RPS, you could kind of option select. Even though her option select, her RPS is still in her favor, very strong. But this bitch has like 3 different freaking reversal. The fact that she has a reversal that crosses you up, that's plus, and also overhead, it's ridiculous alone. And then because it's plus, she could just go to another JM into just like a 50-50 scenario. She could either go JM or go for empty high for low. It's ridiculous. Or she could just do reversal into reversal into reversal, and it's like, yeah, if you're not ready to 2H, or you don't understand what's going on, you're going to be put into a blender. But you have to be ready for some of these 2Hs, or understand this is probably her best way to kill me, or maybe she's trying to bait Spark in. You have to know like what scenario she's putting you into to counter it. No, excuse me. Frieza, this is his first time becoming a playable character in many many years. He was not a playable character before this patch besides Golden Frieza. I don't care what anyone says. This character sucked. This character was inconsistent, but now this character has his disc being actually really fast. His conversions from a full screen 5S or his laser eyes and 236S being solo conversion. A lot of things about this character is really great, and now Golden Frieza is even more scary. And just deactivating Golden Frieza into a level 1 super that does like a level 5 super is ridiculous. So this character has really great neutral and stuff, but what makes him not as strong as other characters is that his assist is still really weak, and the character himself is you have to learn 2 characters. You have to learn 2 characters, and even though his neutral is really strong, it's not as high rewarding compared to like even base Goku reward. Like neutral is higher rewarded than Frieza. You usually, in most cases, if you don't have KJ team or understand what KJ is doing, and you throw out neutral into an assist call to convert, he can't really do much full screen. So he's a zoner who just can't do nothing, which is very weird. We have characters like Big Bang Attack, or like Blue Vegeta could solo Ki Blast into Big Bang Attack into a solo Super Dash. 21 Kefla, they could like anti-air or projectile full screen and Super Dash on reaction. 21 beam. I could say a lot. All these other people have beams or ways to get into full screen from a random assist calls or hit into conversion. While Frieza, yes, technically, if it's 5S hit while your opponent is in the air and then he gets the round bounce into the beam, into the laser eye, he could convert from that, but the damage is really low. I think it's like 2k, low 3k, and that's not really always practical, right? Usually KJ will just 2S, 3S, and then either just super dash and call an assist. Either you get hit or don't get hit. He just wants to be in there. But for some odd reason, if he riffs or you're close to the ground and he super dash, you can actually 2H it because it's not that plus, right? Because it's the same thing with if you beam in the air and your opponent blocks it and you buffer super dash, you have enough time to just 2H your super dash. You have to actually do it on reaction. And then the rest of the tier list, I honestly don't think Yamcha's low, as most pro people say. Damn, a lot of these characters are still really good, man. Honestly, I will put Beerus more low. I just don't think this character is a threat no more. Like the only annoying thing this character has is like a C assist. Actually, we put a hit in B tier. Yeah, this would be my famous bottom 5 characters. I'll put him after Piccolo though. Hit just be one of those characters, especially after the meter nerf. This character can't even two touch you mid screen, even if he 5Ms you. And if you, let's just say you go back mid screen and he tried to do an air to air or something like that, this character has one of the worst solo combo potentials in the game. Like just straight hand down. He has no air. He's the only character in the game now who doesn't have a Z change in the air, which does kind of hurt him a lot. So once he's off the ground, this character is honestly useless, right? His JS, you can't super dash him, right? Because his JS is frame 4 reversal, and he could just convert off of it. But like this character has no way of opening you up. His meter build is not good no more, or non-existent now. And all his tricks and all his tricks and reversals and all his other things just be stopped by up backing. You literally just up back everything he does. His projectile, up back. You see blue light, up back. He's trying to command grab, up back. Calling assist and trying to get behind you, then get in front of you, up back. There's like everything, like mechanics makes his character just not good. And besides him unable to convert anything unless he has a beam assist, right? Because if he airs to air you and then he brings you back down to an assist, unless he has like a Jaren assist or a beam assist, he's not getting a full screen. He's not getting his ground combos unless you like actually could time summon him, right? So that hurts him badly. And having a DP assist like him, he has a DP Larry assist is really strong, but that doesn't carry him to be a good character. like just nothing about this character to be like, oh my god, I'm scared. No, I'm gonna just rush up this nigga because you still can't do nothing. If I see blue light, I still have enough time to jab and jump. Right? I literally, there was a time where I tried to 2L him with 21. I ripped and blocked it in time. Actually, I reflected in time and punished him. Like, this character just does not, he's a noob stomper at this point. That's what this character is. If you don't know what to do in this game, or you bad at this game and you just like you learning, this character will stomp you. But besides that, it's bad. And now we're gonna go with, should I just go with assist and damage at this point, right? Because we go with assist and damage, or even Oki play, because Zamasu Oki and set play is really strong. But Janemba still has a legit 50-50 too. Janemba is the only character in this game who sets himself up for a meaty, grounded 50-50. So if he 2Ls you, it's active enough where it hits you on recovery, but if you try to wake up level 3 or DP, he has enough time to recover on the ground, like a Street Fighter. That's like a Street Fighter type of reversal. It's very strong, and I don't think anyone else has this in the game, or that built into it. And we're doing pretty good, Pumpkin. I hope you're having a great time. Like, honestly, what hurts him the most is freaking his meter nerf. But having a frame 1 counter, which it's not as strong as it used to be, it's still really scary. His buttons are pretty good, and he has one of the best daggers in the game. I appreciate the follow, Kingslayer, but I just have to start putting things in, right? Let's put Super Saiyan Vegeta. Super Saiyan Vegeta has one of the best assists now in the game. His A assist is very strong and heavily RPS just tool. Even your opponent's reflect, you still have to eat some type of mix up. If you super dash them, you call an assist, they don't recover, and they don't recover enough time, so they get hit by Super Saiyan Vegeta assist, and it just lasts so long. And you could convert into, like, you could do Super Saiyan assist, 2M, 5L into a DR if you know how to time it. Like, this adds on to assist unlike others, so it's really strong in that department. As the character, he has really great control in neutral, frame 1 anti-air, so if your opponent's trying to get to him. And he also has the Z change mechanic, which I mentioned to you about with other characters. That's strong. His main flaw is that since he only has Ki Blast and you're not ready to DP or do certain interactions like level 3 on reactions, you will get super dash a lot, and if you don't know how to counter that consistently, he will just get outbeaten like that. And his EX Lariat is really nice, but you have to know when and how to use it, or you just get smoked by a random assist call or a random neutral and just like, yeah, you die for it. His Light Lariat, being able to combo from and able to 50-50 from, is really strong though. But he builds a lot of meter, but he has a lot of scary RPS that's not in his favor. Belma S+ tier. She gathers a chart. Every combo you do, she gathers 2 Dragon Balls. Now we're putting Zamasu up here. Zamasu would have been definitely higher, even though he doesn't, like, he doesn't and also depends on an assist calls because he goes crazy. But his meter assist also just makes his consistency as a point character, because he's a heavy assist character. Him being a point character hurts him a lot. And doing his Oki, which takes an entire bar, right, judgment, is something you don't always want to do because of his meter penalty. And I just feel like it just not really consistent for him, and you have 0 bars at the end of the day, and it's like, oh cap, now I'm fighting making sure I do optimal damage and optimal meter build to even get 1 bar to make sure I kill. So there's no more B tiers. Everyone else is A tiers. I'm just actually trying to organize this from like what they can do and can't do. Like, I know, like, that's bottom, that's bottom, that's bottom. Oh, higher, maybe a little higher. I don't know. Yamcha down here. I definitely think Yamcha's better than all these characters now. I think all they need to do to fix Bardock is to let him convert mid-screen anti-air lariat, make his gut punch a little bit better, and make his auto combo just a little bit more consistent. And I think this character could easily go back to S tier. Just something like those small tools. Gogeta. I would actually put Gogeta behind these characters. Maybe. Nah, Gogeta is still really strong, man. Maybe mostly because of his gimmick. Like, he has a built-in fear mechanic, right? But you have to learn the level up system with Gogeta. If you don't, he's bad. I think he's like down here. But because of his level up mechanics, and if you build around it, you could just level up in neutral and your opponent feels like they have to go in, right? If you just zone them out, or you have characters like Piccolo, Fat Bull, even Adele Gohan, he has enough time to reflect and reflect the he has enough time to level up and reflect on reaction on his Ki Blast, because you could cancel animations if you level up, if you people don't know. So he recovers longer if you level up, if you finger rags, but he could cancel into anything mid finger rag. So let me see. Yeah, I would easily put your number in front. The only reason, nah, wait, I'll put 16 right there. And I think the order is like this. So Janemba, besides his meter nerf, because I think he would have been S tier or at least high A tier, but the meter nerf it makes 2-touch, 3-touch scenario, or then you have an anchor character with 1 or 2 bars because you have one of these meter nerf characters. Is it really worth it? To me, no, because to me, I really need my meter. If I have Goku Black with 5 or 6 bars at the end of the day in anchor, my opponent's just trembling in fear. But if I only have 1 bar, 2 bars, I have to play way more conservative, and a 2-touch scenario from a limit breaker Goku Black becomes unrealistic, right? Same thing with many other characters in this game. You have 0 bars, a 2-touch scenario is more realistic, but it's even more realistic if you have 5 bars, you level 3 him, and now any touch kills them. Janemba and meter nerf characters just doesn't let you do that anymore. But Janemba still have one of the strongest level 3s in the game, and it has a really strong lariat, helps his favor. And we cannot forget about his J2H being an anti-air, which they never told us, but you know, it spread like wildfire. So how do you cancel the finger rag? Just any button. You don't need to finish the animation. You could just do, whatever your next move is, you could just do it then. I'll show you after this, MC. But yeah, Janemba got decent buttons now. His 2H could be 50. It could be weird. It could be really bad on some days and really good on some good days. But his orbs is his strongest kit in neutral, but it's also hard to keep that in control while also controlling the zoning tool. So you have to understand, if you could counter random assist calls, random Ki Blasts, and have your orb out, this character becomes really great. But it's unrealistic, and you don't really get to see that in high level play no more, and it's honestly not worth the reward. Nah, just watch Wawa. Wawa has Vegito and Gogeta still to this day, like for fun. He plays online, so just watch a couple of matches. He uses Gogeta a lot because he likes it. Now, Ash Brawly, right? It's hard for me to put him above so many characters. I sometimes even think about putting him around here, but I think he's not a bad character at all. But once you fight someone who knows how to play the game and mechanically wise knows that his button isn't the strongest, right, in speed wise, but is also not slow. Once your opponent's in your face, once you're in your face, they won't take as much chance as they would if they mid-screen, right? Because you don't want to get hit by this character. Once this character hits you, you just get into a long combo, your self-esteem goes away, your spirit flies out your body, and there's a chance that you might even die. But his main flaw is that his buttons, since his buttons are a commitment and you need to know how to fussy with him at a high level, people could usually zone him, even though he has unique zoning tools. But his beam isn't that fast. His key blast is a little bit slower than other character. And if they know how to outspace 236S Crusher Ball, no, Eraser Ball, whatever, you could kind of zone him, but at the same time you can't. And his jumping being 8, his JL being 8 frame also makes him not the ideal of air to air. So someone have more confidence, like with Gogeta or Nappa, to JL him, and it's kind of scary. But besides that, this character has a really great assist, really great corner pressure, Oki, damage, super. His character is really good, but you have to be really good mechanically to really use them. Because floating, I believe Nappa, S-Bally, Z-Bally, and Goku Black is probably one of the 4 most important characters in this game to learn floating with. Like straight up, if you don't know how to float and know when to fall and stay in the air, these characters lose, like, if there's a spectrum of like 10, they lose like 2 or 3 of just how good they're supposed to be because of just a floating mechanic. And it's wild to even think about. Even base Vegeta just a bit, but it's like only about 1 or 2. But like, you really need to master your floating with Nappa and S-Bally, especially because they get the most benefit from it because they're big body. And for people who don't know, the bigger the body you are, the better the floating you are. Well, the better the floating mechanic works for you. Why is it like that? Why no one told you that? I don't know. I just learned it myself, and then when I was telling other people, people knew, but it was more of a subconscious thing. So we don't know why it's built like that in the game, but it is, so whatever. And then Z-Bally, once you put a barrier, literally no assist in the game hits him. His key blast is literally an anti-air. His 5L is literally an anti-air. He has good staggers, but his main problem is his damage. His damage isn't that strong. His conversions also isn't that strong from random neutral and stuff, so same thing like Frieza problem. And even though he's one of the best zoners and grapplers in the game, his damage just is not as rewarding. And his assist is good, but there's a lot of other better assists and unique utilities out there. This character is still scary up close or far screen, but it's not as scary as he used to be, and it's not as scary as like getting a perfect attack, right? Or just getting you see Krillin reversal and you just be like, oh crap, what'd I do? It's just like, yeah, Z-Bally has definitely one of the best floating in the game. So like consistently, it's definitely his damage. Just lean in. Just lean on the door if anything. His assist and being able to armor through everything, like the fact that Z-Bally has a armor through his medium starter, his heavy starter, and his 2H going through key blasts and have an armor. It definitely a scary RPS with this character. And his EX Larry has infinite armor and corner carries and combos now. Before it didn't, was a really nice buff to him. Yeah, that's it. Gogeta, we all know about this character. Great buttons. His S and JS is probably one of the most annoying. Like if he didn't have that, he'd be a laughable character. But because of that, you can't really 2H him, or you want to 2H his overhead, but you can't right now in neutral because you get JS, and then you get full combo conversion into a 50-50. And him having a he starts out with a double air dash is really amazing. Like, you don't understand how amazing it is, especially because he has no real key blast or no real beam, right? That double air dash makes everything better that Piccolo doesn't have. If Piccolo had double air dash, his neutral would be so comparably different compared to Gogeta. And Gogeta also has one of those worst lariats in the game, right? Baby and Gogeta is probably bottom 3 characters who has worse assists in the game. I always put Piccolo B assist. Everyone put Piccolo B. Most competitive players pick Piccolo B. He just doesn't do nothing now. But yeah, if Gogeta didn't have his double air dash and his ridiculous JS, this character would have been so bad even before his pre-meter nerf. but his 5M, his 2M, his 6H, his EX Lariat as a point character is actually pretty strong. But now his meter nerf, having him as a point character is hard to two-touch from a light starter. So you need a medium starter, which is not that hard, especially if you... Sorry, I had the hiccup. Especially if you medium started with them is not hard, especially if you fight someone who's afraid. But at the end of the day, 2 light started mid-screen, and you need to use both your assists, or it's very hard to kill. Like, very hard to kill. That's the problem with these meter nerf characters. 0 bar light starter, you could feel the pain of the meter nerf. But if they not point characters and you like 2M a nigga with Team Gohan, and then light starter the next character, there's a chance of you not even using a meter. You Z change into Gogeta Red into level 1, and then you have like 3 bars left. And then it's your day. You could do whatever the hell you want at that point. You have 4 bars. Gogeta, you still have 2 in assist with them, and you go wow, you know. But besides that, yeah, you feel meter nerf for some of these characters. 16, as much as I always hated this character, the fact that he has a full screen lariat that goes through all projectiles as a command grab. He has a anti-air frame 1 that hits low on frame 6 for some god no reason, and he has a JL that has a infinite hit stun that doesn't ever go away, which gives him a little landing lag, I heard. But he has no reason to ever not jump, to ever jab a super dash or wall attack, because it just sits there. It's free. And he also has anti-airs in the air, which is a form of command grab, which is one of the best anti-airs in the game. This character is decent, just his damage is still low. His neutral is still really bad, even though he has a full screen projectile lariat. It's still pretty bad, honestly. And he has an OTG, which is cool, but you know, it just adds on to his damage. You don't really use it for anything else. This character it may be slow, but he has good buttons. But once you put pressure into him, because his body isn't so big and stuff like that, he gets pressured really well, like easily, especially because he doesn't have a real reversal either. And because of his level 3 being a command grab, you could always you can't, for example, level 3 Blue Vegeta certain Rekkas, you can't level 3 Goten's EX spin or EX rapid punch. You can't level 3 Cell level like perfect attack. Like because it's a command grab, you can't if my opponent's is spamming 6M, you can't level 3 it. So like you could get a bad level 3 and you get 6M. So because it's a command grab, you get smoked for it. See, unlike Beerus level 3, which is like unpunishable now, this character is just like, it's like whatever, you don't really care. Like this character may be annoying, but his RPS is not as scary as some of these other like Videl could reflect even if you don't hit her, or she completely miss her reflect, she can still go into a DP, which is the most stupidest thing in this game. But it makes her RPS really scary. Yamcha hits hard. His 2H conversion is still one of the best conversions in this game solo. And he's one of the few characters that could 5LU and 5K solo by himself. Not many characters in the game, even Team Gohan and Baby, could 5LU and get 5K. He could literally 2-touch you with no meter. Not many characters could do that mid-screen from a 5L. This character always hit hard. He has one of the fastest lariats in the game. And his assist lariat is not only one of the best, being 20 frames and it travels pretty far, it's also plus 45 now. What is his issue though? Well, his neutral. You're talking about 16, right? His neutral, besides having a full screen lariat that goes through projectiles, his issue is still bad. His assist is also not that great either. It's great, but it also has a lot of counterplay to it. But yeah, Yamcha. Oh, well, I'm getting there. Yamcha buttons, well, it's absurd. Having a frame 7 5L that doesn't do nothing special is very bad. It should be frame 6. And having his 2L being a frame 6 but doesn't go anywhere is also just like a sin. So that means he can't auto combo from a 2L because you have to go back to the 5L, which is a 7 frame, which is also just not really big compared to UI, compared to baby 5L is amazing, cell 5L is amazing. So, and then when you look at his 5M, his 2M, his 5H, all those buttons are really a liability, especially his 2M. So like the fact that you have to be in their ass to try to hit them with a low. His only low, by the way, your opponents don't need to really worry about mid-screen mixes and mid-screen high and low. It's either you're gonna IED or IED, or hit me with a or run up jab, because you're not gonna run up 2M me. That's suicide, especially when you run up 2M Jaren, you're gonna get 2L. Just straight up 2L. If you run up anywhere near close to Jaren, you're getting 2L. But his Ki Blast also being not as good as a Del Gohan, but it's kind of like it's like a check type of thing is really cool. But if they made his anti-air actually bounce and convertible and actually like lab coats in some type of way, this character would be really strong. Like this character would be S tier really quickly. But like if they either make his EX Wolfang attack OTGable and give his anti-air spin, which is he was original spin. It hit both sides and it was the first frame 1 anti-air in the air in the game. Let him convert with an assist call, right? Like let him just light anti-air assist call. That should be just simple. That should be just common knowledge at that point. They just never did it. And he has one of the best air to air in the game. If he JLs you JL, he could JS, super dash, JL, foot dive, full conversion. You gonna get hit, and he builds decent meter. But this character's decent. It's just those buttons are really bad. Bardock is like the complete opposite of Yamcha. Not as good as damage, right? And Yamcha got real mixes now, by the way. Yamcha's actually ridiculous at mixes. But Bardock is literally the complete opposite from Yamcha. He has great buttons, but besides bad neutral, kind of like Yamcha. The way he opens your opponent now is such a liability because of his 236S. Because of Bardock 236S, his gut punch is still kind of slow, even though they buffed it. There's so many characters in this game who has a frame 4 reversal who would not mind the chance of just trying to bust out. Reversal, 7 cell reversal, 18 reversal, deep Del Gohan reversal, Jaren reversal, Boshi reversal, Lab Coat reversal, Teen Gohan reversal, Krillin reversal, Blue Vegeta reversal, Kefla look how many top tier characters alone just has ignorant reversals, and it's just like, damn, Bardock just can't gut punch or he's gonna die. Like some of them is frame 4 reversals, frame 1 reversals, or frame 4 reversals, and it's like, yeah, his Bardock main kit is unreliable, and it's like, and that's not Cooler, Videl, Frieza's, Vegeta. Even Janemba could just teleport his way out. Frame 4 armor, deep, like look, every character has a frame 4 reversal now or some type of DP, and it's like, oh damn, this game has changed quite some time now. And even if you try to not do it or catch your opponents off guard or bait, it's just the reward is not always good, or you just get reflected in all your hard work because he can't do nothing now with his 236. I just wish I could see them fixing his gut punch not being reflectable and you're still plus. I feel like one of the most scariest move in the game should not be as easy to get away from just like that. UI got 10 reversals, don't get me started with that. But Bardock having the fastest EX Lariat and can't convert, or sometimes it just doesn't work. I beat EX Lariat with Bardock and they get out the combo, or it just like it drops for no reason, right? I think Bardock is still really strong and viable, but because of those minutes, it makes his character inconsistent. We need consistency. I think base Goku is high A tier, but he's so inconsistent. Everything he has is inconsistent. His beam doesn't work up close. His beam doesn't work far away sometimes. His combo drops for no apparent reason. his mash is inconsistent. His EX lariat, any of his lariats just doesn't work. His Ki Blast doesn't work. It's just so many inconsistent thing about, like, for example, base Goku. Bardock have those 2 or 3 things that's not consistent and just makes a character, well, not viable or not well. Because if you actually planning on using that move, is it going to work? And if it doesn't work, guess what? You lost the tournament because of that. Not being Goku Black, you can't reflect Goku Black, and you're still plus. You can't reflect Cooler. You still lose your turn if you reflect his overhead. You can't reflect Teen Gohan, Baby, Jiren, Adult Gohan, GT Goku, Gogeta, Blue Goku, Z Broly. These are some of the characters you can't reflect, and they're still plus, or they're still in that ass. So you just can't say that. There's a lot of characters that you can't reflect, and you either still in their RPS or their plus move is still plus. Honestly, the only plus move that's still plus is Goku Black on reflex and 17. Because this is Blitz, I believe. Are you still plus with this Blitz? I know Goku Black is. Maybe someone else, but you get the idea. Yeah, well, it's still, it doesn't matter if it's scenario, situational. The fact that Bardock doesn't have it at all, while Teen Gohan does, and he gets 3 bars from a random lariat mid-screen, with still a smash at the end of the day, with the Z change into the DR, and a person who, like him, who takes 30 frames to get a gut punch, who's only +2, and that could just die from a random reversal like Cell, is not, oh, is yeah, scenario. Like, get out of my face with that. Plus on reflect on Blitz. Yeah, okay, so I was right on that. Anyway, and his assist is still lackluster. Make his B assist back to full screen, and then we're gonna start seeing base Vegeta into full screen Bardock assist, or just mini full screen. And it's like, it's not like, oh my god, this is such a broken combo. It wasn't. You could reflect it. Get good. We have Gogeta A assist full screen. We have a bunch of beam assist full screen. We have C assist full screen. We have so many things that's full screen, that's +30, +40. Big whip. Get good. Beerus, besides having his 2M, which is not a skip neutral button, because there's a lot of people who still die because of that button, and his 5H that goes through all assists and all projectiles, this character RPS, I'm gonna let you right now, it's not good. You could see a Beerus holding up while doing EX ball. You either jump out of it or backdash or mash, which I do. You see a Beerus do a normal EX, which he's +2. You either try to reflect it, you miss the reflect, you just sit there and just wait. If he IEDs, you can just 2H it. And there's a lot of characters, again, who sees only +2. He has a reversal, and not just any kind of reversal. Either he gets hit or he's blocked, and then you get 50-50 reverse, and then you just get 50-50 because you have such a easy, predictable plus move, because Beerus is not good no more. And then we have characters like Kefla, Roshi, who goes through frame 1 or frame 4 Ki Blast. Blue Gogeta goes through frame 1 Ki Blast. Kefla goes through frame 1 Ki Blast. Cooler 3H. It's so many things that goes through Beerus RPS. It's not fun for him no more, right? Who doesn't use Lab Coat? Who doesn't use Blue Vegeta at a high? Like, there's so many characters that just goes to Ki Blast or just stops his RPS. It's like, yeah, okay, get up my Nappa could accidentally 5S and go through his Ki Blast now. Yeah, level 3 is, yeah, but that's gimmicky. You're racing 3 bars to maybe miss to reset neutral. I could do the same thing with base Goku and have a better chance, you know? That doesn't make the character good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku could do it better. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is safe on block if they block in the air, if I'm not mistaken. Someone check on that, because I want to make sure I'm not bugging. But yeah, this guy, like, the main thing that carries Beerus right now is that his Okis are pretty strong, but it's not as strong as Goku Black, Ginyu, Gotenks, 18s. Even someone like Gogeta's, Krillin's, Frieza's, Disc, Summon, Ki Blast, Rocks. Like, so many other characters have stronger Okis. Yeah, Beerus Oki is no joke, but Look at all the other characters I named for Okies. Like, come on. Even Piccolo, I think Piccolo Oki is a bit stronger than freaking Beerus, because it actually takes you out the corner, and you can actually like 50-50 or like mind game. If your opponents don't know how to deal with it, it's a little bit more scarier than Beerus. Now, if your opponents do know how to deal with it, I think Beerus is a tad bit stronger. Tien, all this character has is straight up damage, and yes, his reversal is annoying and it's safe on block, which I don't agree. This character neutral is a liability. His A and B assist is just not that great, and this character, all he does is just hits hard. He may not have great buttons. He has better buttons than Yamcha, but his damage is way more easy to do. He hits really hard, and he's just a simple basic combo character. He has a Ki Blast, he has a beam, his 2H is the fastest in this game, and he has a normal simple assist. I was against the tier list until this very moment. W tier, buff tier, oh my god. Nothing character, not like having a safe level 1 DHC is like the main unique thing that this character has. I could say something unique about every character for the most part until we start getting to the low tier. Tien is the only character in the game who has a safe level, like a real safe level 1. Not a gimmick level 1 that isn't safe, but like legit is like you can't do nothing about it. Like we have Hit and Janemba where they have that fake level 1 safe DAC, where if you try to reflect a beam super and then they DAC, you reflect them and they're like unpunishable, but there's ways to still counter that. With Tien, there's nothing you could do. It's just nothing. Trunks, I don't think he's bad, but he's just got no tools or nothing that stands him out. He has a traditional beam assist. His change of future assist is a really strong anti-air, and it beats Ki Blast, but it's like what, minus 15. At some points, it just makes your opponent's plus. If you do like a normal bread and butter and you call in an assist and you do not end your string if you do not end your string properly, his assist actually could make it plus, which is funny. Do you think he needs a buff? I do not think Beerus needs a buff. We could go over that too. Some characters that maybe not good doesn't need buffs or nerfs. It's just sometimes the meta or the format they are in is really rough. Again, we have so many characters that just eats Ki Blast or do stuff. This character is still strong. If he 2Ms you, he hurts, right? So he's unique, where having a full screen 2M that goes through the projectile is good and all. But like, if you don't abuse some of his unique tools, then the character is just not as, you know, strong compared to every kit that this character has. Every kit that 18 has is strong. Every kit that Gotenks has is strong. Even a kit like 21, everything about this bitch is just strong in some kind of way, from her buttons, her assists, and just every move she does. You just feel strong. With him, doing random orbs, doing random lariats, or just random neutral just feels like, ugh, it feels like you have a gap, which is a really great question strider, but I'll get into that. But Trunks 2M being strong and having really high damage and conversion only in the corner is good. But again, having high damage only in a corner, I could name 30 other characters that could do that, right? What makes Trunks special? Having a good 2M, Team Gohan, Gogeta, hits really hard, every character that's up here, a 5S that goes through other projectiles, 21, right? That's the only one, that's the only thing I could think of that his 5S, which is kind of slow, goes to other projectiles. Only 21 on this list. Oh, Jaren, well, my bad, completely, I forget that. Not only Trunks goes to Ki Blast, he's not immune of Ki Blast. Jaren is immune of all Ki Blasts on frame 4 and beats through them. So scratch that. So nothing special about that. Has a beam. All these characters has beams. Air beams. Krillin has air beam. Baby has air beam. Cell has air beam. Technically Master Roshi has air beam, right? So I could give you a bunch of comparison and it just be like, what's the unique thing about this character? The only thing I could think of is his flips, right? It's a little bit more harder to just mix with them. but I could literally just plant a Cyberman down, call in assist, and then mix solo with them. Oh yeah, but Trunks has an overhead that he could, who cares? Nappa has an overhead. He could technically combo that from 2. He could literally just frame 0 on block overhead. If it does hit your opponent, he could level 1 super dash into a 50-50 mix now. What Trunks is doing? Nothing. You see, like, so like Trunks is not a bad character. He can still hit hard and still get in. His 2H and 5H being nice, especially his JH being of 10 frame overhead now with good range. But I could break it down to you. Break it down now. That is like, I could name the thing that you might like about the character, someone else might have or better, right? And it's like, yikes. These characters from all the way from S-Brawly or Z-Brawly and up, maybe even Gogeta, will have something really unique to them that they could break the game or break the flow of your opponent. Right? Nothing too game changing or too game breaking, but if you know how to abuse their mechanics, your opponents actually be like, oh crap, I have to somewhat play around this. Where it's like, okay, what's Yamcha doing? Right? He has Wolf Fame Fist, there's a Fame Fast Yariat, just same like Bardock. I just have to make sure I don't, you know, do something that's too slow, or I'm just not sitting there like a Baphoon and get full screen Lariat. Or we have even someone like Kid Buu, where his anti-air is pretty slow, his Ki Blast is decent, but he still has an air beam. But like Kid Buu is more unique than this characters I just named, because he could 5L 5H Ki Blast and your opponents think you're done, and he could go back into 5M. Right? At least Kid Buu has a unique mechanic about this character. Tien has something very minute, but it's unique. Even someone like Base Goku, where, yeah, his Spirit Bomb and Kaioken is unique, but they're not really worth it. His Spirit Bomb able to OTG, but at least his level 3 is really strong and one of the highest in the game. So like, that could help you kill and do more. UI, yeah, his 6H is actually really scary, so your opponents might not want to beam. If they beam, they get 6H and they die, you know? What's up, King? S plus tier? You think Krillin is S plus tier? Nah, he still got some little flaws. Maybe if his Vox was like plus 30, but his Vox is like minus 15, so you could play around with that. And his 2H being so bad, like his anti-air and his buttons is still durable, and his neutral is still somewhat playable, but it's still a little scary. But like, for example, we could talk about that just for a tad bit. Zamasu, he has a fly mechanic, which a frame zero by the way, teleport, which you completely invincible of, and you recover instantly. Frame 0 on startup, frame 0 on recovery. Not only he could do that, he could do that with all his other moves. He could do it with his beam that goes plus 20 plus into a 50-50. Unique. Super Saiyan Vegeta could build a bunch of bar. He could cancel his beam like move into anything he wants. So he could 2-3 us into a Lariat if the opponents try to super dash or get him for free. And he has a frame 1 anti-air, which could Z change to something depending on the character. We have Golden Frieza. We have Videl, where she has a unique level 3 safe. If your opponent doesn't safe jump you in a proper way, she has a level 3 that's safe on block. She has reversals that's really safe. Overhead project she has moves that goes through Ki Blast projectiles. She has a unique reflect mechanic. Like, again, a bunch of unique things. Cooler. This character is really dumb, but he has a unique foot dive and a unique OTG now. And if he 2H's you, he has a unique mechanic where he smashes you down. He knocks you down and he can solo convert. No other character could do that, just like he could do. He could literally 2H, J2H, 5L, and convert the combo. Like, what? That's mad cool and unique. Even Blue Vegeta is very unique in my opinion. Having a level 1 Lariat that gives people fear on reaction is really cool. His Big Bang attack is very interesting because it's not good, but is also good at the same time, and is also matchup dependent too, because you're not going to be perfect attacking against a Cell or against a character like Baby, because he could just level 3 or beam you or 5S you really easily. It's very match deterrent, but at the same time, his Ki Blast being like an anti-air Ki Blast and having his combo structure the way it is, I think is very fun and cool. Even Kefla, her 236S goes into orb, and she has a teleport now, or she could cancel her other moves into teleport. Was a unique change for her. Unique. Like everything about this character, besides having something really good about them, is unique. Del Gohan, level up mechanic. Gotenks could cancel 10 things into 10 things. Ginyu Force, the Ginyu Forces. Jiren, he's ugly and he's gray. But on a serious note, you know, he has counters that's actually really, really strong in RPS. And like, he doesn't have, no one else has counters like he does, which is really scary, honestly. His counters is actually really unique and it's cool. You could literally counter like certain physical projectiles like hits and his own eyes and like Kid Buu 2M full screen, and it counts as a physical counter and they can't do nothing about it, which I think is really cool. Again, I could go through all these characters. It's like, oh, Esboli, he level 3, he gets stronger, and now I could tie with the 5L. Right now, a simple level 3 mechanic, a simple level 3, because I got stronger now and I might kill with it. Your opponent is more afraid to get hit by a 2L or a 5L now, because you just have a chance to die. So yeah, that was my tier list. I'm gonna just save it. Like, I put Gogeta so high up here still compared to a lot of characters, because he still has 2 strong assists. One of his assists is freaking an anti-air, which a billion hit stun. It's basically a Del Gohan. It's literally a Del Gohan. Frame 1 anti-air, a billion hit stun. It just doesn't have as much block stun, I think, on the floor, but in the air, I think it has more block stun. I'm not too sure about that, but it's something like that.